Your blood sugar is normal, your reports look perfect, and yet, something inside your body could still be putting your heart at risk right now. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you, most people over 60 never hear until it's too late. Have you ever felt tired, even when your reports say everything is fine? Have you ever felt heavy after meals, a little dizzy, or just not like yourself? And then you told yourself, it's just age. But what if it's not? What if your body is trying to warn you, and you're missing it? I'm Dr. Danzy, and you're watching Dr. Danzy Senior Health Tips, where we uncover the hidden health dangers most people never see coming until they become serious. Now imagine this. One man, 70 years old, came to me with a simple concern. He said, "Doctor, my sugar is always normal. Every test is fine. But I don't feel right. I feel tired, weak. Something is off." His reports looked perfect. Fasting sugar normal, post-meal sugar normal. Everything within range. So, naturally, he believed he was safe. Maybe you would too, because that's what we've been taught. If your numbers are normal, you're healthy, right? But what happened next changed everything. A few weeks later, he started feeling a strange pressure in his chest, not sharp pain, not something dramatic, just a mild, uncomfortable heaviness. He ignored it. Most people do. They wait, they assume it's nothing. But when he came back, we discovered something serious. His heart was already under stress. And here's the shocking part. His sugar reports never showed the real problem. Now this is important, because this is where most people get trapped. Normal blood sugar does not always mean your body is healthy, especially after 60. And I'm not trying to scare you, but you should know this, because after a certain age, your body changes in ways that simple tests cannot fully capture. Your metabolism slows down, your cells don't respond the same way, and hidden imbalances begin to build quietly. No pain, no loud warning, just small signals that are easy to ignore. Now let me explain something in the simplest way possible. When you eat, your body breaks food into sugar. That sugar enters your bloodstream, then your body releases insulin to move that sugar into your cells for energy. On paper, everything looks fine, but here's the hidden problem. Over time, your cells can become less responsive to insulin. This is called insulin resistance, and when that happens, sugar doesn't enter your cells properly. It stays in your bloodstream longer than it should, even if your test results still look normal. That's the danger, because your body is struggling, but your reports are not showing it clearly. Now listen carefully, because this is where it becomes serious. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect sugar. It affects your heart. It increases inflammation. It damages your blood vessels, and slowly, it raises your risk of heart disease, stroke, and sudden health events, all while your reports continue to say, normal. Have you ever thought about that? That something could be wrong, even when everything looks right? Now let me tell you about one woman. She was 68, very disciplined. She avoided sweets. She walked every day. She followed what she believed was a perfect routine, but she kept feeling low energy, tired, mentally slow at times. She thought, this is just aging. But something didn't add up, so we looked deeper, and what we found surprised even her. Her body was struggling to use sugar properly, even though her levels looked normal. And this is more common than you think, especially after 60. Now let me ask you something. Do you ever feel sleepy after eating? Do you feel a sudden drop in energy, even when you've eaten? Do you feel brain fog or slight dizziness? These are not random. These are signals, but most people ignore them. They blame age, they blame stress, they blame poor sleep, but they never look deeper. Now here's one of the biggest myths. If my sugar levels are normal, I'm safe. It sounds logical, but it's incomplete, because your tests show only a snapshot. They don't show what's happening throughout the day. They don't show hidden spikes. They don't show how your body reacts after meals. And this misunderstanding is exactly why so many people feel fine one day and face a serious issue the next. Now here's something even more surprising. Many people with normal sugar levels still experience repeated spikes after meals, short spikes, temporary, but powerful enough to damage your body slowly. And most standard tests don't capture these clearly, so everything looks fine on paper, while stress builds inside your system. Now think about this. Have you ever felt heavy or uncomfortable after eating? Maybe slightly sleepy. Maybe your chest feels tight for a moment. Maybe you just don't feel right, and you ignore it. Because your reports are normal, this is where the real danger begins. Because your body is speaking, but you're not listening. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to say next could change how you look at your health forever. It's not just about what you eat, it's about how your body responds to it. And after 60, that response changes. Now let me show you something even deeper, because there's a pattern, a very common daily habit that silently worsens this problem, even in people who think they are doing everything right. And once you see this, you'll realize why normal reports are not enough. Now listen carefully, because this is where most people over 60 make a mistake without even realizing it. And this one daily pattern can quietly increase your risk, even when your sugar reports look completely normal. The pattern is simple: what you do after you eat. Yes, not just what you eat, but what happens next. And I know what you're thinking. How can that matter so much? But it does, more than you imagine. Let me show you. After you eat, your blood sugar naturally rises. That's normal. Your body is supposed to handle it. But here's the problem. After 60, your body handles that rise much more slowly. Your insulin response is weaker. Your cells are less sensitive, so sugar stays in your bloodstream longer. And if you add one common habit on top of that, the situation becomes worse. That habit is sitting still after meals. No movement, no activity, just sitting, watching TV, or lying down. Sounds normal, right? Almost everyone does it. But this is where the hidden damage begins. Because when you don't move after eating, your muscles don't use that sugar. It stays circulating in your blood. And that creates a spike, a hidden spike, not always visible in your reports, but strong enough to stress your system. Now think about this. How many times a day do you eat and then sit down immediately? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 times a day, 7 days a week, month after month, year after year. This is how silent damage builds, not from one big mistake, but from small daily patterns. Now let me tell you about one man. He was 72, very careful about his diet. No sweets, no junk food, regular medications. Everything looked perfect. But he had one habit. After every meal, he would sit in his chair, sometimes for hours. He said, "Doctor, I feel sleepy after eating. I just relax." And this is very common. Maybe you felt this too, that heavy feeling after meals, that urge to sit or lie down. But what happened next shocked him. When we monitored his body's response, we noticed something clear. His blood sugar was rising more than expected after meals, not because of what he ate, but because of what he did after eating. And once we changed just one thing, everything shifted. We asked him to do something simple. Walk slowly for just 10 minutes after meals. Nothing intense, no exercise, just gentle movement. And within weeks, his energy improved, his post-meal heaviness reduced, and most importantly, his body started handling sugar better. That's the power of a small change. Now let me ask you something. Do you sit right after eating? Do you feel sleepy after meals? Do you avoid movement because you feel tired? This is important, because that tired feeling is not just normal. It's your body reacting to a sugar spike, but instead of helping your body, you're unknowingly making it worse. Now here's something even more surprising. Even if you eat healthy food, even if you avoid sugar completely, this habit alone can still create problems. Because it's not just about food, it's about how your body processes it. Now let's go deeper, because there's another hidden factor, something most people never connect to blood sugar, and that is stress. Not just emotional stress, but internal stress in the body. Now listen carefully, because this might surprise you. When your body is stressed, it releases hormones like cortisol, and these hormones increase your blood sugar, even if you haven't eaten anything. Yes, your body can raise sugar levels on its own, and if this happens repeatedly, it creates instability. Now think about this. Are you worried often? Do you think a lot at night? Do you feel restless, even when nothing is wrong? This kind of stress may seem harmless, but inside your body, it creates pressure, and that pressure affects your sugar, your heart, your sleep, everything. Let me tell you about one woman. She was 71, very careful about her food, very disciplined, but she had constant worry, family concerns, overthinking, poor sleep, and slowly, her energy started dropping. Her body felt unstable, but her sugar reports still looked normal. When we addressed her stress step by step, something changed. Her energy improved, her sleep became deeper, and her body felt more balanced. Because health is not just about food, it's about the whole system. Now here's another myth. If I avoid sugar, I'm safe. Sounds right, but it's not complete, because sugar doesn't only come from sweets. It comes from everyday foods, bread, rice, potatoes, even fruits. And if your body is not handling them properly, they can still create spikes, they can still create stress, and they can still affect your heart. Now let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever thought, I don't eat sugar, so I'm fine, but still felt tired? Still felt heavy after meals? Still felt something is not right? This is why. Because the real question is not, am I eating sugar? The real question is, how is my body handling what I eat? And that changes everything. Because once you understand this, you stop chasing numbers, and you start understanding your body. Now listen carefully, because in the next part, I'm going to show you something very powerful, simple daily changes that can stabilize your body, reduce hidden sugar stress, and protect your heart, even if your reports already say normal. And trust me, one of these changes is something you're probably not doing right now. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything starts to come together. Up until now, you've seen the hidden problem, normal sugar, but unstable body. You've seen the patterns, sitting after meals, hidden stress, everyday foods creating silent spikes. But now, let's talk about what you can actually do. Because this is not about fear. This is about control, real control, starting today. And the most powerful part? You don't need extreme changes. You need smart ones, small, consistent, and targeted. Now here's the first shift I want you to make. Stop asking, is my sugar normal? Start asking, is my body stable? Because stability is what protects your heart, not just numbers. Now let's break this down into simple actions. Start with this. Meal timing. Most people ignore this completely. They focus only on what they eat. But when you eat, matters just as much. Irregular meals, long gaps, heavy late dinners. All of these create stress inside your body. Your system loses rhythm. Your sugar handling becomes unstable. Now imagine this. You eat at random times every day. Your body cannot predict what's coming, so it reacts. Not smoothly, but sharply. Spikes become more likely. Crashes become more frequent. Now compare that to this. You eat at consistent times. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Your body learns your rhythm. It prepares in advance. It responds calmly. And suddenly, your system becomes more stable. This is not complicated, but it is powerful. Now here's something you can start tonight. Keep your dinner lighter, not heavy, not overloaded, because large meals at night are harder for your body to handle, especially after 60. And when your body struggles at night, it affects your sleep, your heart, your recovery. Now let's move to something even more important: hydration. And I know this sounds simple, too simple, but don't ignore this, because even mild dehydration can affect your blood flow, your metabolism, and your sugar balance. When your body lacks water, your blood becomes slightly thicker. Circulation slows down, your system works harder, and that creates stress. Now let me ask you something. How much water do you actually drink in a day? Not tea, not coffee, water. Many seniors underestimate this, but increasing water intake, even slightly, can make a noticeable difference. Better energy, clearer thinking, less fatigue, because your body functions better. Now let's talk about movement again, but not exercise, not gym, not pressure, just natural movement. After 60, your body doesn't need intensity, it needs consistency. Simple things: standing up every hour, walking slowly, stretching lightly, moving around the house. These small actions keep your system active. They help your body use sugar more efficiently. They reduce stress on your heart. Now listen carefully, because this is something many people miss. Your body responds to frequency, more than intensity. You don't need one long workout. You need regular movement throughout the day. That's what creates stability. Now let's talk about something deeper: sleep, because this is where your body repairs itself, balances hormones, stabilizes sugar, resets everything. But poor sleep creates imbalance. It raises stress hormones, it affects insulin function, and it makes your body more unstable, even if your reports look normal. Now think about this. Do you sleep at the same time every night, or is it irregular? Do you wake up feeling refreshed, or still tired? Do you wake up in the middle of the night? These are important signals, because your sleep quality directly affects your health. Now let me tell you about one man. He had normal reports, but poor sleep habits, late nights, irregular timing, screen before bed, and slowly, his body became unstable, energy dropped, mood changed, health declined. But when we fixed just one thing, his sleep timing, everything improved, because sleep is not just rest, it's regulation. Now let's bring everything together, because this is the moment where real change begins. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be aware, you need to be consistent, and you need to listen to your body. Now imagine this: you wake up tomorrow and you follow a simple rhythm. You eat at the same time, you move after meals, you drink enough water, you sleep on time, nothing extreme, but everything aligned. And slowly, your body starts responding. Energy improves, heaviness reduces, clarity returns, and most importantly, your heart experiences less stress. That's real health, not perfect numbers, but a balanced system. Now here's the emotional truth: most serious health problems do not start suddenly. They build slowly, through patterns, through habits, through things that feel normal until they're not. But the good news is, improvement works the same way. Small changes, repeated daily, create powerful results. Now before we move to the final part, I want you to think about something: not tomorrow, not later, right now. What is one habit you know you need to change? Is it sitting after meals? Is it irregular eating? Is it poor sleep? Is it low water intake? Just one, because that one change can start everything. Now listen carefully, because in the final part, I'm going to show you the most powerful shift of all, the one thing that separates people who stay at risk from those who take full control of their health. And once you understand this, you will never look at your normal reports the same way again. Now listen carefully, because this is the part that changes everything. You've learned the patterns, you've seen the hidden risks. You now understand that normal doesn't always mean safe. But here's the truth most people don't realize: information alone will not protect you, because I've seen this happen too many times. People watch, they understand, they even feel a little worried, but then they go back to the same routine, same habits, same patterns, and slowly, the same silent risk continues. So the real question is not, was this video helpful? The real question is, What will you change today? Because change doesn't start tomorrow. It starts with your very next decision. Today, after your next meal, will you sit down like always? Or will you stand up and take a short walk? Tonight, will you eat a heavy dinner? Or will you choose something lighter? Before bed, will you scroll your phone? Or give your body the rest it actually needs? These small moments are where your future health is decided. Not in the hospital, not in reports, right here in your daily routine. Now imagine this: two people over 60, same age, same reports, both normal. One continues life the same way, trusting numbers, ignoring signals. The other starts paying attention, makes small changes, moves after meals, sleeps better, stays aware. 5 years later, their lives look completely different. One struggles, the other thrives. This is not luck. This is awareness in action. Now let me tell you something honestly. I'm not trying to scare you, but you should know this. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive, more reactive, more dependent on your daily habits. So what you do every day matters more now than ever before, especially the things you think are small, because small habits create big outcomes over time. Now here's the most powerful shift I want you to make. Stop relying only on reports. Start trusting your body, because your body speaks every single day, through your energy, through your sleep, through how you feel after eating, through small signals you often ignore. And once you start listening, you gain something powerful: control, real control. Now instead of guessing, you understand. Instead of reacting, you prevent. Instead of fearing, you feel confident. Now let me give you something simple to remember. If you forget everything else, just remember this: normal numbers don't guarantee a stable body. That one line can change how you see your health forever, because your goal is not just normal reports. Your goal is a stable system, stable energy, stable sleep, stable heart, and you build that through small daily actions. Now here's something I want you to feel deeply. Your health is not just about living longer. It's about living independently, waking up with energy, moving without fear, thinking clearly, feeling strong, not dependent, not limited. And that future is built today through simple choices. Now before we end, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, how old are you? Where are you watching from? And most importantly, what is one habit you are going to change starting today? Because your answer might inspire someone else to take action too. And if this message opened your eyes even a little, stay connected with Dr. Danzy Senior Health Tips, because here, we don't just talk about health. We help you understand your body so you can protect it before problems begin. And remember, it's not just about avoiding disease. It's about feeling strong, thinking clearly, sleeping better, and living with confidence every single day. And that journey starts with awareness.